Surrendering that level of power to someone else sounds remarkably out of character for you, Chief. Why didn't you just hang on to the ring for yourself?
Because the stupid little trinket's powered by honesty and willpower, I'm sorry to say. That said, it didn't take long to find some noble idiot with the necessary qualifications. Do you remember Hal Jordan?
The name rings a bell. Wasn't he some kind of pilot?
Only one of the most decorated pilots in military history. You probably read the story about his plane going down in Malaysia back in 1983 when we were still trying to drive the communists out of the South Pacific. He was captured by the enemy, tortured every day, and fed on a diet of insects until he dropped to a skeletal 90 pounds. Any normal man would have lost his mind or died in the conditions Jordan endured, but he lasted 4 years like this, and it was all thanks to his incredible willpower. Under the correct circumstances, I really believe that Colonel Jordan has what it takes to bring Superman down by himself, Jimmy. But Jordan's only one of several surprises I've got up the sleeve of my $10,000 three-piece.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight.
Let those who worship evil's might!
Beware my power!
Green Lantern's light!
I can see now why your Secretary of State calls Themyscira Paradise Island, Your Highness. If the absence of men means the world can be this perfect, perhaps it's time we banned them from Metropolis, too. But surely there are some things you miss out there. After all, you and Superman were something of an item when you wore your high heels and called yourself Wonder Woman.
Superman had a clearness in his eyes which I thought separated him from the rest of his gender. But the truth is that he's just as dangerous and power-obsessed as any other male. A fact I regret that I learned to my cost some years ago. He's a very charismatic individual, and his apparent sincerity fooled me for a long time. If you've ever met him in the flesh, you'll understand how his skin almost crackles.
Oh, I understand perfectly, Your Highness. In fact, if I wasn't so happily married, I'd almost find him attractive myself.
I've often wondered why a woman of your character remains by the side of that hairless Machiavelli, Mrs. Luthor. It's quite clear that the only reason he even ran for president was to create a more effective platform from which he might ultimately destroy Superman.
Then the end justifies the means. For all we know, Roosevelt only ran for office because he liked skidding around the White House in a wheelchair. But he still beat Hitler, right?
Why did you come here, Mrs. Luthor?
To make sure Lex has your support when he launches his big attack on Superman inside the next 24 hours.